very good question. When will tourism come back? I think it will come back sooner than most people expect. Kasi some people are saying 3 years, 5 years. I think sooner. The moment this pandemic is over, hopefully by 2022 next year, hopefully, maybe by second half next year, baka okay na tayo sa tourism. Cebu Pacific, I am very confident na the moment travel industry normalizes, the moment tourism goes back, whether domestic or international, Cebu Pacific will be the first to earn money. We have all this energy in the Philippine economy. We have the demographics. We have the demographic condition in the Philippines better than most of Asia. We are one of the youngest populations in Asia. Di mo pwede ikulong yan. What do I see about the Philippine economy? Nowhere to go but up.
After the crisis, the economy will start to boom. Yung question ko is, sabay-sabay ba sila? Babalik pa ba tayo sa panahon na pupunta pa rin yung mga tao sa mall? That's my first question. Second,
Yes, very good.
Second is, paano yung tourism? When do you think tourism will come back? Will it be 2022, 2023? Is there any specific?
Very, very good. Alam mo, your question is very, very good because unlike other countries, we are one of the best tourism places in the world. We are one of the best. And tourism, alam mo, I'll tell you, Philippines will become the Italy, Spain of Asia. Do you know why? We have the same weather as Italy and Spain and Portugal, na favorite of the Germans, di ba? The Germans are the wealthy countries, yung industrial, full of factory, serious, they don't like to relax. And the mga Italians and Spanish, fiesta, and then sunny weather, di ba? And beaches. We are the Spain and Italy to China and to North Korea and South Korea and Japan. So, very good question. When will tourism come back? I think it will come back sooner than most people expect. Kasi some people are saying 3 years, 5 years. I think sooner. The moment this pandemic is over, hopefully by 2022 next year, hopefully, maybe by second half next year, baka okay na tayo sa tourism. I'll tell you why I say that. Human beings by nature have very bad memory. Human beings, hindi lang Pilipino. Human beings, based on my we don't remember too much history. We don't remember there was a pandemic last year pag nangyari yan. So we will go out na. And you were asking about the malls. I think malls in the Philippines will still do better than malls in America ever since before up to now. Do you know why? Unlike the Americans and even unlike the Chinese in China, Filipinos are very social people. We are not like Americans. Ito that's why the liquor companies will do very well also. Do you know why? Do you know why we are the biggest liquor consumers in the world? Why physically people in the Philippines drink more liquor than Americans and other countries? Do you know why? Kasi we are sociable. Americans, when they eat, when they drink, and Europeans, they drink by themselves in the house, di ba? They would look at all the Hollywood movies and European movies. You would always see a guy going to the bar by himself and talking to the bartender, di ba? And drinking. You don't see that in Filipino movies. Pag mga Filipino movies and TV, pag umiinom, barkada, buong barangay nagiinom. Kaya ubos yung mga emperador na yan, tanduay, lakas talaga maubos sa San Miguel. Kasi people here, drinking is a social thing. People don't drink by themselves. So I think the shopping mall will survive. Lucky for SM, lucky for Robinson, Ayala, and everyone. They will survive because people need to go to a place, air-conditioned, fast food, the malls for us, I think, is a social place. I wrote a column, I think 10, 15 years ago, I was still in college yata. I wrote a column in Philippine Star, sabi ko, ang galing ni Henry C. Wala tayong mga plazas, wala tayong mga museums all over this country. So ang ginawa niya, he made his mall so nice, air-conditioned, efficient, clean, parking areas very good and safe. So naging modern day plaza, yung town plaza of the provinces. where you go and you court people, you chat, you go with barkada and celebrate. That's the shopping mall. So shopping malls will survive. It would be different because unlike before, there was no online shopping, di ba? Too much in the Philippines. Online shopping, digital wasn't that big a thing. But now there will be a component of the shopping in the online part. But we have growing population, so it is still a good business, the malls. Very good. It will still have a good, look at this pandemic. SM is still alive. The malls are still, may tao pa rin, not too many, not as many as before, but they will survive, I believe. In the Philippines, we cannot have no shopping malls. Where do you go, di ba?
Follow up dun sa tourism. I'm
Yes.
sure you heard about the news about PAL also.
Yes.
Yung disclosure nila. What's your take on that? And ganoon din sa Cebu Pacific kasi syempre sanga-sanga sila dun sa
Yes.
tourism industry
Very good,
natin.
very good, interesting question. Cebu Pacific, I am very confident na the moment travel industry normalizes, the moment tourism goes back, whether domestic or international, Cebu Pacific will be the first to earn money because they have a track record of earning money. So the only thing changed was the global situation, di ba? So I think they will immediately go back to earn a lot of money again. PAL, they are making changes in their management. They were not earning money before the pandemic. So now they are having problems. But I think they will have good chance to recover as long as the Philippine economy and tourism prospers. And I think this is a good chance for them. I remember Lucia Tan telling me he loves the Chinese. Ito Marvin, the ancient Chinese language up to now used by Chinese, and that word for crisis, the word for crisis in Chinese is made up of two characters, Wei Ji. Wei meaning from the word Wei Shen, meaning danger. Qi from meaning Qi Hui. Qi is opportunity. So, naka-built in yan sa Chinese psyche, Chinese mindset since time immemorial, since thousands of years ago. Every time there is crisis, there is always element of danger. Pwede ka madapa, pwede ka maguho, you can die, you can be sick, and whatever, the business might be totally destroyed. But there's always, no exception sa Chinese mentality, there is always the element of opportunity there. So, where is the opportunity for us? We have to look for it. Personally, professionally, companies, or as a country. Ako the Philippines, I see opportunity. We have finally accelerated digitalization. We have finally made ourselves more efficient in terms of online. I'll tell you, the late Central Bank Governor, Bangko Central Governor, who passed away of cancer, very nice guy. He invited me to lunch and we were talking. And sabi niya, dream niya is to accelerate digitalization. And he was giving me a timeline, like maybe 1 year later, 5 years later, we might have 50%. If the numbers are not very optimistic, it was growing every year, but not fast enough. Suddenly, overnight, Globe Telecom, Smart, all these companies, they have this Paymaya, they have this GCash. Grabe. Alam mo ba, before the pandemic, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the numbers, you can check. I think Globe, the GCash nila, partnership with Alibaba, they were only 10 million people using GCash yata before the pandemic. Within 1 year daw, naging 40 million. Can you imagine? Nag-jump. And I'm sure Paymaya of Smart and everybody else ganyan din. So, I'll tell you, based on history again, why is China the first country in the world that is all digital? Why is China ahead of America and Europe and Asia in having all these no cash transactions? Do you know, years ago when I would go to China, I was shocked. A few years ago, I was shocked. I would go to restaurants, my friends would treat me to restaurant eating, and then no cash involved. Yun lang, this is my phone. I will give you the amount. Talagang no. And then in China, there are few bakers in China, in fairness to them. Unlike US, Europe, Philippines, everywhere. May bakers everywhere, di ba? In China, very few, very But even the few beggars in the streets, high-tech lahat, nanghihingi ng pera, kailangan i-ano mo, parang Gcash mo sa kanya. I was so shocked. Even the street vendors. The reason for that, do you know why? Because they were hit by the first crisis of SARS. When the whole world was okay, relaxing, they were hard hit by SARS, Hong Kong and China. They were forced to go online. They were forced to do that earlier than most of us. So that is one blessing for the Philippines. This pandemic has forced everyone from your lola, lolo, to your driver, to your worker in the factory. Everyone knows Gcash na. Kung hindi tayo nag-Gcash pa o Paymaya and all that, huli na tayo. And Shopee pa and Lazada and all that. Everyone is na. Imagine mo day to get Jackie Chan to sing and dance for us in Tagalog pa nagsalita. So that's good news for us.
Online is not the future anymore. Online is everything right now. Yun na talaga.
Yes.
Nandun na talaga lahat. And
yes.
Ito question ko. So you're trying to frame it in a way that sa mga nanonood nito na investors, yung growth opportunities are into e-commerce, or since Globe also owns GCash, there's opportunities in Globe, or kung mag-IPO yung GCash, baka magandang opportunity rin yun
yes.
sa investors.
Converge. They're all
last time this year, no? I think 1 year ago na itong usapan natin. Pinag-usapan natin yung
yes.
Converge. Tapos sabi mo, you had great conversations with Dennis Anthony Uy na sobrang
magaling yan.
Sobrang gandang company. I want to tell you that the price of Converge from last year nung nag-IPO sila, sobrang ganda ng performance. They have pushed up their stock price very, very fast in less than a year mula na nag-IPO sila. So
wow.
the question ko is, given that sobrang dami pa ng demand for e-commerce, streaming, online, digital transactions, how bullish are you dun sa industry na yan, broadband sector as a whole?
I think that broadband industry still has more room for growth. Not yet fully tapped the market of the Philippines. We have 100 million people. We have more than 10 million OFWs. Can you imagine? Everyone has to contact their relatives and their girlfriend and their wives. Alam mo ba, I could not forget, Marvin, during this pandemic, I have a client in Kamuning Bakery, seaman siya on a ship in Congo. And I look up the map, Congo is on the other side of Africa near Atlantic. Can you imagine? Tapos I was talking to him 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I could not say no kasi parang I feel guilty. This guy is working in a far off, baka dangerous place. Tapos planning to send a cake for the wife in Cavite. There's a Filipina nurse working in Dublin, Ireland. Nurse Doon Easter Sunday naman, nagpadala ng ang daming pansit and roasted chicken and whatever to priest in Don Bosco in Makati. I was so excited for them. I was so excited. Binigyan ko pa ng maraming pandesal. Can you imagine the wonders of e-commerce? So that is one good news for the Philippines. That is one thing na before the pandemic was not very, people had a lot of distrust Kaya they want cash, they want COD and all that. Ngayon, hindi na. Pwede na mag-Gcash. Noon, ayaw ko baka nakawan pera ko sa bangko, sa internet, di ba mga ganyan. Ngayon, that is one good thing for the Philippine economy. It will enhance our efficiency as an economy. Can you imagine sa restaurant Alam mo, in China, because of this e-commerce, you don't need an accountant anymore na cashier, Hindi na pwede magnakaw kasi lahat ng pera, diretso sa internet, diretso sa bangko, diretso sa cashier, diretso sa ina-analyze na. Ang galing. It will enhance productivity for the whole country. It will enhance, yung JG Summit is going to e-banking na. They got a partner in South Africa who recently partnered with them for an online something banking that there are 5 licenses already given by the government. Sila ay number 5. That is the future of the world in the Philippines, and it's now happening. It's good for our economy. I think because we are one of the best societies in Asia when it comes to social media, and we are one of the countries in Asia with a lot of international presence. We are everywhere, OFWs and overseas Filipinos. So we will take advantage of that and earn a lot.
Before I go to my last question, ito yung very
yes.
interesting about that thing. sabi mo 40 million, halos kasing dami na siya ng bank account sa Pilipinas eh. And yun yung I
Yes.
think, problem sa Pilipinas for quite some time na di lahat ng tao nagkakaroon ng bank account or nahiya siya, farmer siya,
Very
fisherman siya,
good.
or malayo na island. Sobrang hirap siya. And I think this bridges the gap towards it. I want to end with this. We are 18 months after the lockdown, September 2021 already. And you mentioned that there's a lot of opportunity also right now. Meron pa rin tayong mga nanonood siguro dito that they have been affected. Some brutally hit, some
A lot.
slightly hit, some are
Unemployed.
I want to segment this question to those
Yes.
na medyo nahihirapan. What's your
Yes.
advice for them given that patawid na tayo magka 2022
Yes,
na tayo.
yes.
What should they do right now?
The number one thing we should do, whether we are doing well or doing badly, a lot of people have been badly hit. From the wealthy people to the ordinary people to people who have lost their jobs or underemployed. The thing that we should do right now is to survive physically and mentally. What do I mean? We have to be physically healthy. We have to take care of our health. You don't have to be rich to be healthy. There are many ways to conserve our health, our energy. Try to exercise at home. Try to eat well. Try to sleep well. And don't be mentally disturbed. That means don't be stressed out. Don't give up. No pandemics last forever. Throughout 1,000, 2,000 years of the world history, even the worst pandemic, the Black Plague of Europe before, mga half the town, 70% na mamatay doon sa Europe, it did not last forever. Nothing lasts forever. So the most important thing is we have to preserve our physical and mental health. And even our spiritual health. If you are not very spiritual, we have to take time to boost our spiritual, mental, and physical health. Because parang this is a big typhoon in the world. A big typhoon. Alam mo naman, typhoon, 1 week, 3 days, tapos na yan. Pero we have to survive the typhoon. If we don't survive the typhoon, when the sunny days come, when the economy is booming, we cannot enjoy the fruits of the progress. So we have to survive. And if you have time, strengthen ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and never give up hope. Never be hopeless. As long as we are still breathing, there's hope. And alam mo, there's always opportunity in crisis. Look for it. Is it an opportunity for you to be closer to your family members? Is it an opportunity for you to read the books that are in your house that you never touched before? Is it a good opportunity for you to use the internet not only for entertainment, but for education? Always listening to Marvin Hermo and other people like him and researching about things to improve your mind. Kasi most of us are using the internet for games lang and whatever and socializing. Why not use it for earning money? Why not using it to educate ourselves, to learn how to bake, how to cook, how to be better, exercise? This is a great opportunity every time and an opportunity to change. But there are things you were doing noon not correct, and now is the time to abandon those wrong things. The Philippines will be better no matter what. Kaya I am very optimistic, all the more now because there are vaccines coming a lot. Alam mo ba, Marvin, we are the only country, I think, in the world with so many vaccine brands. I think no other countries in the world, not even US, not even Israel, has. Imagine we have Sinovac, the first one here. We have this British brand, yung AstraZeneca. We have Moderna. We have Pfizer. Now we have Sinopharm pa. We also have this Sputnik pa. Independent foreign policy. We are benefiting from all the big powers. We are so close to Japan. They gave us the biggest infrastructure support, which is the subway. It is still ongoing, the subway. The first subway in Philippine history is ongoing. And it's a big project from Japan. I think the biggest project of Japan with the Philippines. Then, of course, China is giving us support from agriculture, vaccines to the biggest trade partner of the Philippines. And all these bridges na give to the Philippines and loan to the Philippines at low interest. And then US, it's not true, Marvin, it's not true. that our country, Philippines, is not a good friend of the US. Not true. Now, more than ever, we are gaining from all these alliances. We have to be very optimistic. By the end of the term of this president, sabi ni Mark Villara, 3 trillion pesos worth of infrastructures will be completed. 3 trillion now. Can you imagine? That's good for the economy of the Philippines.
Thank you so much. So just to summarize everything you said, that the economy will get better, and as it starts to recover again, we will see a very, very strong surge, roaring 20s. And in the midst of that, dapat we should take care of ourselves so that we can take advantage of it as well. Wilson, how can they get in touch with you if they want to reach you also?
I suggest that they contact me via Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or physically visit Kamuning Bakery Cafe in Quezon City. I'm often there. And very easy to remember my email address. My email address is very optimistic also. The email address ko is rhymes. My name is Wilson Flores. My email address is wilsonflourish@gmail.com. Wilson Flourish, malapit na mag-flourish. Alam mo, I used to teach in college and my students would raise their hands. Sir, paano yan kung nag-flourish na kayo? Eh, yung name nyo pa natin nakalagay, Wilson Flourish pa rin. Di ba parang sayang naman? Sabi ko, hindi sayang. Even if you are flourishing already, in the future or now, iba pa rin yung may humble effect. Di ba? Kaya Wilson Flourish, may humor, may konting ano. So, you can always message me sa Facebook, sa Instagram, and Twitter.
Kaya sobrang yaman si Wilson Flores.
Hopefully,
sobrang humble pa.
We have to be sources of hope in this country. Alam mo, one thing I want to tell you pa, there's another ancient Chinese saying that I want everyone to remember. It is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. Remember that it is better for us to light a candle in a dark world of uncertainties and fears and maraming fake news pa. If we light a candle, it's better than to keep cursing the darkness. We have to be one of the sources of hope in this country. I'm not saying we let the mistakes be forgotten. I'm not saying kung may mga mali, okay lang. But let us be part of the good news. Not always part of the complaining brigade.
Got it. Well said. Well said. So guys, if you have questions, put it in the comment section. Then we'll invite Wilson again for another video. But I hope you guys got a lot from this, and I hope that this was something that was very, very helpful for you. And if there's one thing I got from this is that we have to be very, very optimistic, because the best days, the best months, the best years are still ahead of us. So
and we have to always be ready. When the boom time comes and you're not ready, we will be left behind.
Got it. Got it. Thank you so much, Wilson Flores, for joining us. And to everyone, I hope this video helps you trade well. Please trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.